He has called his children to follow God and God alone. Don't entertain these other gods. The first commandment says there should be no other God before me, and before means in my presence. There should be no other God in my presence. And so with some, I'm not going to say you, with people that are listening to Beyonce, that's bringing Oshan into God's presence. That's bringing another God into God's presence, which is against the first commandment. And God wanted me to highlight that the reason why Prophetess Tiffany mentioned the pastors, because God said it starts with the leaders. The reason why a lot of his children are mixing is because the leaders are mixing. A lot of the reason why the body is mixing is because the leaders and the pastors are mixing. Even the prophets are mixing. A lot of them are not prophesying out of the Spirit of God. They are prophesying out of a demonic spirit. God is saying there is a lot of mixture going on. Now, I don't want left with the comment about the prophets, but that's real. But when it comes to Beyonce, a lot of pastors are celebrating her. A lot of pastors are promoting her concert. I seen a post the other day where a pastor said, me and my wife can't wait to go to the concert. We just gonna pray beforehand, but we still gonna go and enjoy ourselves. This is a pastor saying we're gonna pray beforehand, but we still gonna go and open ourselves up to Oshan and all of the other spirits that are attached to her. God is saying that we have got to be aware in this hour. This is not the hour to be blind. This is not the hour to really not pay attention to what is actually going on, to really not pay attention to what these artists are involved in, to not pay attention to what these celebrities are involved in, to not pay attention to the music that you listen to, the TV shows that you watch, the movies that you watch, the celebrities that you celebrate, to not pay attention to the games that the children are playing. If we want to keep going there, the games that the children are playing, the movies that the children are watching, the environments that the children are in. And God is saying specifically the school environments that the children are in. God is saying this is bigger than just Beyonce. This is bigger than Beyonce. It's really just being aware of all of the demonic activity that is happening. And when it comes to Beyonce and it comes to just music in general, God is saying that the artists are telling you who they're associated with. The artists are putting it in their music, who they praise, who they are attached to. God is saying it's in the music. It's in the lyrics. We have to pay attention to the lyrics, to what they're saying, to the imagery, and not think that it's just art. That's the same thing I said in my first video about Beyonce, is that we look at some of this imagery as just art, but God said, no, that's demonic. You're looking at spirits. Those are demonic spirits that you're looking at. That's not me. That's not me. Okay, and so the Lord also wanted me to mention that I have a friend, okay, and she's prophetic as well. And number one, she didn't even know I released a video about Beyonce. Okay, she hasn't been, up to date on my YouTube video, so she didn't even know I have a video about Beyonce. But she told me that the Lord told her to go to the stadium where the Beyonce concert is going to be and start praying on the grounds. Start covering the grounds of the concert, because the Lord said at this concert, there will be legions of demons released into the cities. Okay. And so the stadium where it's going to be in Arlington is the AT&T Stadium. And so God told her to start praying on the grounds of the stadium to combat the legions of demons that are going to be released into the city. Right now, God is saying that it's not just that concert, or it's not just Arlington. He said at every concert that she goes, that's why it's a worldwide concert. This is why it's a worldwide concert, because every concert, every city that she hits, legions of demons are going to be released into that city. Legions of demons are going to be released in the spiritual realm whenever that concert happens. And so God is saying for us right now, if you are close to the stadium, wherever her concert is going to be, if you're close to it, God is saying He's asking that same thing. Go to the concert and start praying on the prayer grounds. Now, God is not saying you can go the day of, but God is saying go ahead of time and cover those grounds in prayer. Cover your city in prayer. So even if you're not close to where the concert is going to be, cover your city in prayer. Because this is about to be, it's really about to be crazy what is unleashed from this concert. And that is why God is sounding the alarm. This is why God is warning His children about this concert. Because God sees what Satan is doing. God knows what Satan has planned, what he has brewing for this concert. And that's why He's sounding the alarm through a lot of His leaders, through a lot of His people. If you have been in prayer with the Lord consistently, I guarantee you He has said something about Beyonce to you. Something about Beyonce. Something about her, because He is warning His children. If you follow Beyonce, you follow Satan. If you support Beyonce, you support Satan. And if you go to this concert, you open yourself up to Satan. And the cities that she's hitting, the city is being open for Satan. But that's why God is charging His people to get in your prayer position and start praying against these demons that are going to be released. Start praying against this concert. This is one of the biggest concerts. I hear the Lord saying Michael Jackson's concerts were like this as well. There was a lot of stuff released through his concerts, but God is saying this is Michael Jackson 2.0. This is Michael Jackson 2.0 when it comes to what's being released. I don't know if the Lord has been talking about Michael Jackson to anybody, but He has been talking about Michael Jackson to me and what was being released through his music. And so God is saying the same thing is happening with Beyonce when it comes to her concerts and her music. What is being released? What is being released? And so I pray that you please take this serious and start praying against the spiritual warfare that is about to happen. That's already happening. I don't know if y'all seen the clip of the movie that's coming out. Like it's not even hitting no more. It's obvious the demonic influence that Beyonce's music has. There's a movie that highlights the demonic influence, and people think it's just entertainment. Satan is blinding people in the name of entertainment. And God is saying we have got to get serious and start praying against the demonic influence that is being pushed in our world. The spirits that are being unleashed in our world through the music, through the entertainment, through the celebrities. A lot of the celebrities are Satanists, and we celebrate them. We worship them. We praise them. Not knowing that we're worshiping and celebrating and praising the God that they're attached to, which is not our God. There's two things that God wanted me to make sure I hit before I close. And the first thing is He wanted me to make sure I let everybody know that if you came up against Prophetess Tiffany because she was fulfilling her assignment from God, you are at odds with God. You're not in good standing with God if you came up against Prophetess Tiffany. And that's not me just being like, oh, big ups to Prophetess or nothing like that. No, I'm literally letting you know what God told me to let you know. What God told me to say. If you came up against prophetess, you came up against him, because that was her assignment, to deliver it exactly how she delivered it.